So in the signs, we saw our attitude to excitement. So it's 7 years in a sign. Every 7 years, there's a new shocking fashion design. I mean, back in the 60s, and that they had bell bottoms. We all had our bell bottoms in the late 60s, early 70s. They had the bell bottoms. But so by the time that style went out, the pants started getting thinner and whatever, you throw your bell bottoms up. But I had a pair hung just packed away somewhere. And one day, if I took it out and say, hey, I still fit this, I can wear this. So I go to put it on. Like 30 years later, but it seems so out of style. I said, okay, I'll toss it out. So I tossed it out, and then two years later, Uranus switched the sign, the bell bottoms came back, but it was like after it was a long cycle. You know, it was like a 30-year cycle. That's before it came around again. But every 7 years, Uranus creates a need for a different way of looking at things. Advertising loves it. Something shopping, something exciting, something to notice. You know, like the whole digital electronic world would probably be related more to Uranus, maybe Mercury, but Uranus and the shock of electricity, or the shock, that's a good standard to think about it. So we pick up an attitude to freedom and responsibility. We pick up a sense of independence or excitement by the sign. Our attitude to excitement will be conditioned to whether we want to be more independent or whether we want to change things as the team in a responsible through the we, us, or the I, me sides. When it comes into the houses, you already pick up an attitude. And every generation, everyone born for 7 years will have that same attitude. But it depends on which year. If you're born in the last of the 7 years of Uranus in a sign, like right now, Uranus is at the end of Aries, is just about to go in Taurus. So instead of shocking, fight, rebel, be the take out the Death Star, be Han Solo and fight with the rebel force to take out the Death Star. Like countries, people, there's been so many fights to prove for independence, and so many oppositions to it too. But now that Uranus is going into Taurus in a few months, May, there's going to be a shock to the financial way. Is someone not coming in? Sorry, just check this. Hello? 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 Okay, well, that's out. I'm not taking that anymore. Okay, we got everything going. I'm just going to check again. 1 second. Stop for a second. Gino, are you in? Are you seeing it? Is it working for you?
Yeah, I've got everything going. How are you?
Okay, good. And Sandra, is everything working for you? Sandra? I think you must be listening from a handheld device or something. But anyways, okay, because just double check. Okay, so this Uranus, it goes into 7-year generational factors. So all of these outer planets are generational factors. Everybody for 7 years is going to have Uranus in the sign. There's a certain attitude to what's exciting and what's not. So what's exciting, it was 7 years ago, 21 years ago when Saturn was in, Uranus was in Capricorn. It was exciting enough to have crystals and stones and special physical things were shocking, exciting. But by the time it gets to Aries, you got to have body piercings, you got to have tattoos, you got to have something more physical there to be shocking. So this is, we're looking at kind of cursory level, but it's important to get a sense of this because everybody picks it up, and as soon as it shifts, every 7 years, you'll have people, teachers will see this. They get a certain level of excitement for 7 years, and suddenly they get the next generation, and the classes are so different than ever before, and they've never seen it before. So, like, this is the thing of Uranus. It happens once in a lifetime. It's an 84-year cycle. You don't get the whole cycle twice. Everything happens. It's only the first time it happens in your life, and you have to deal with it. You had to deal with this before. There's different rules. There's different things changing, different repercussions. So we pick up our attitude to change to excitement, and then it gets put into the houses. So, okay, oh great, here's how I go for excitement. Here's how excitement works for me. But really, that excitement, you have to add a couple other words to excitement. Instability, anxiety, restlessness. But instability and shock, those are, wherever Uranus is in your chart, you're going to be a little unstable. You're going to be pushing for excitement, but because you're pushing for something to change something, you're not going to get the support of everyone else who's already established. You could just see it as the place where you need to be exceptional, be on your own, where you're not going to be so tolerant to authority. And you're going to try and find, it's kind of like freedom, but I would call it excitement. You need to be different, or make things different, or need to be shocking, or need to make things exciting wherever Uranus is in your chart. Of course, when it's positive, you're making that happen. When it's negative, your world's been disrupted and shaken up, and that area of your life is not going to be stable. Or not as stable as it could be. Whew. So if you took a quick glance at your chart, you see what house Uranus is in, you just look at it quickly. You take the basic meaning of the houses and you look, if Uranus is in your money house, you're going to try and do exceptional things with money, but you're going to make exceptional losses too. It's not going to be a stable factor. We're going to get to all these things. So, but if it's in the 4th house, you want to live differently. You want to live differently, but you're not going to have the stable home. It's got to be different. That's fine. But then when you start to bring someone else into your home, or you're trying to relate to someone else, that eccentricity, that's another good word for Uranus, it's eccentricity. That eccentricity will stand out rigidly, and not everybody wants to put up with your eccentricities. So again, it's another sort of unstable point. Mars is volatile. This is eccentric, unstable. But really, some of the greatest ideas come out of a period of instability. So being too comfortable is not a good thing. Uranus has a good place in trying to find innovative changes. But if you're going to try and make use of the independence and the excitement of Uranus, you've got to work for it to deserve it. If you say, I want to fly a plane, I want to fly a plane, I got to fly. You might have Uranus in the 3rd house, but if you don't take the lessons, learn how to do it properly, learn about it, it's easy to mess up. And it's can't just hop in and do it. Well, maybe some people can hop in and fly and just learn, but it's who's going to want to get into that plane with them if they haven't learned how to put the brakes on, or how to adjust it, how to land. So you get the most exciting car. You think of the most exciting car, you think you could buy the most exciting car. And you get it. You know, I got my Ferrari. It's too exciting. It's too valuable. Well, when I drive it, everybody's going to notice me. But boy, if you get dented or something happens on it, it's too valuable to ride in the street. It's exciting, but you can't take it anywhere. Much less park it and leave it where someone else could take it. Like, just some examples. So this principle of excitement, looking for excitement, looking to change things, it comes along with not fitting in. The other side, I don't fit in here. What am I doing here? This is not me. I'm not here. So it's not an intolerance. It's a disassociation that comes with it. I can't put up with the normal here. You can't be normal where Uranus is. Okay, so this drive to be different, to have some place in our life we got it different, that's a little more exciting or shocking or different. We all want it. We want to have that. So if you get to know me, here's my special excitement area. That's your excitement level? I don't want anything to do with it. You know, like, not everybody's going to buy into it. So you get cultural groups or pockets of groups. You know, it's funny to walk down the street and on one corner you're seeing a whole bunch of goth people dressed up in goth and hanging out, and another corner you're seeing some retro groups that are into old hippies that are young people that just have their hair long and they're just laid back. There's all these different pockets of cultures which seem cool or exciting or shocking and different from everything else. It depends what you run into and where you're coming from. But when you have this, you're born with it in a certain place. Everyone born around that time has that same, most of the kids you're in school with will have that same point, of excitement. So it's more exciting to date someone with the Uranus in a different sign than you, because it's like, wow, it's different. You're not fighting for the same territory all the time. Okay. Even when you look at the planet, it's the strangest planet. I guess, yeah, you'd have to say it's considered the strangest planet in the solar system. It rolls on its side as it goes around the sun. So it doesn't, we have our days when the sun comes out. Here, the sun's pointing to one hemisphere, like it's rotating on its side, like it's rolling around. And it has rings around it, but now many of the planets have rings around it. These are some of the more, I shouldn't say more recent, because these pictures probably are a year old already. And no, these pictures are probably 5 or it might even be 5 or 10 years old. So these were made with the Hubble space shot, and this was clarity we never got, to see the rings like this, to see the atmospheric storms, and then there's red spots or lightning storms within the planet. So these were, I mean, astronomy has changed so much once it went from just looking to you have the you have infrared, you have X-rays, you have so many different, anything you can, that privacy, you have a different technical way of measuring out to the stars, which is why they're going out to galaxies now. You know, and it's a shocking thought. Like when I was going to put a chart with all the galaxies around it, you know, like this, I was thinking about this. Oh, I was thinking about this 30 years ago, when there was maybe 50 or 60, 100 or 200 known galaxies. Well, now I was trying to add that onto the chart. So I went to do some research, found out how many known galaxies are there. You know, it was 200 million that are cataloged, and probably closer to 600 million galaxies. It's beyond conceivable. And we're just in one. We're around one star in one galaxy. And even the Earth to go around one galaxy, the Earth, or our section of the galaxy, to turn around, even to turn around on the arm that we're in, is 25 million years. How do you measure it? The time is so relevant. But